Hi everyone, welcome to Thrive Podcast, where the power of God's grace transform you, empower you to rise above limits. I am Ufondowong Basi and I'm very super excited to be your host. And right here with me is a gospel music artist. He is a father, a music artist, and he is the owner of this trending song. So from the pages of my heart. So let us keep the drum rolling as we bring to you Minister Owie abutu. It's good to have you, sir.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you so
I
much.
hope you are good.
Yes, sir. I count it as a
Okay.
privilege. In fact, I'm so excited on behalf of my viewers to have you.
It's my honor to be here too.
Thank you. So,
Thank
sir, I don't
you.
know if you can just tell us a little bit about yourself.
My name is Owie Abutu.
Okay.
I'm an FBI, full-blooded Idom. I was born in Kaduna. I was raised in few of my years in Maccabee and
Okay.
then Otupo.
Okay.
Of course, so my real identity was braced up on the red dust of
Oh,
so I'm
wow.
a full Idoma boy and I schooled in Benue, then I schooled in Maiduguri, I schooled
Wow.
in Unimate,
Wow.
and I got back, did some programs,
Did
did a
you study
master's.
music?
No, I did public admin, first
Oh,
degree, did MSc public admin,
oh.
did another MSc in peace and
Okay.
conflict resolution.
So let me ask, so that
There's
time
a
when you were in
couple.
school, when you were studying, did you have any idea that you're going to go into music?
I was singing already. In fact, I was the
Wow.
music director in my fellowship, Winners Campus Fellowship in
Wow.
Unimate. Then I started singing from home before
Mm.
I went to. There's this group in the Methodist Church called God's Family Voice. I
Okay.
was their music director. It was just church singing.
Wow.
I was also a drummer at the early
Wow.
time of my life. So music has been part and parcel of my life.
Mm.
But to say I'm going to sing as a core,
Yeah.
it didn't cross.
Okay.
It crossed only in 2007, when Chris Morgan came to Unimate for a meeting and then prophetically said something like that.
Wow.
So it resonated with my spirit.
Okay.
So when I left school in 2010, I went to live with him.
Wow.
Because that's where the prophecy came. So I have to go and find out why.
Yes.
And that was the beginning of the full journey of doing the gospel music that I'm doing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So I want to chip in a question. There are so many people who have an encounter with one of the big artists, which is for example, if you're a female and you had an encounter with a male artist, is it
Yeah.
actually right, or can a female gospel artist be comfortable to submit under a male music artist?
If you're a female can have a school teacher who is a man, I mean, what is the difference?
Okay.
I don't. If your pastor is a man, it's just like a man to can submit under a woman.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's not. You see, learning, knowledge, impact is not gender relative.
Yes.
It's purpose that drags you into all that. So you should be comfortable. Except
Okay.
I don't know what.
Okay.
All
right. So I've been meaning to ask this question to you.
Okay.
How have you been able to deal with the complexities that comes with being a public figure?
Anyway, let me say that is part of the craft.
Yeah.
So it's part of the craft. The ability to find yourself gives you victory over so many things. Life, whether you are in the private space, you are not in the public eye. Complexity is part of human.
Okay.
So the ability to manage your own complexity gives you mastery.
Yeah.
Do you understand? So you should separate who you are as an individual from who you are in the public, who you are as a father, who you are as an artist.
Yes.
So if you're able to separate this, we call something roles and function in administration. So if you're able to separate time of role in on stage or in the public space from time of role at home as a father or as a friend to your friends,
Yes.
If you're able to separate this by finding yourself, the issue is finding yourself. If you can find yourself, every other thing around you can be harmonized.
Okay.
Yes, it's about harmony.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So there's this personal question that just came while you were talking.
Okay.
There's this thing that has been trending. I saw it on TikTok. I saw it on Facebook about people saying that condemning music artists that when they're invited, they begin to speak in tongues while they're ministering. And I've seen so many people who have come on and they have posed that why will you speak in tongues? Why will you even talk to the people? And it became a fight. In fact, I remember when I said something about that on
Yeah.
Facebook and some people unfriend me. I noticed they were not my friend again.
Okay.
So what are you going to say about this thing, about people spiritualizing it when they are ministering?
The point is that when you say spiritualizing,
Yes.
the question is what is spiritualizing? That you are speaking in tongues in your ministration does not make it spiritual.
Mm.
Uh, that's not the spiritualization. You see, the idea is this: everybody must be led. Everybody must be led accordingly. But of course, I understand the extreme.
Mm.
That some persons, whatever you do, they come up stage, the first thing is they are praying or they begin to talk to the people.
Mm.
I go to minister in meetings. So example communicate principle. So let me use myself as an example. I go to minister in meetings. Majority of the meetings I've sang and I spoke for 10, 15 minutes. I was asked to.
Okay.
Some of my media guys are here, they are watching. My admin, all of them can testify. In fact, I will tell my instrumentalists that, see, the pastor say I have to talk a little before I sing. Or we mix it. Or we there's a way, there's an energy that comes when you speak and you are singing.
Yes.
Because there are some platform that if you take that your talk there, they will remove microphone from your hand.
It's true.
This is the balance. If you are invited to sing, sing more than you talk. Major on your major ability. They didn't invite you to preach. So sing first. If you are led in a space to say a word or two, say it and be led. Hear the word, be led by the Spirit. Don't be carried away by trend or this is how it is done.
Yes.
Some persons do it because who they call a mentor will do it. Then number two, if you have not matured to that system, if you do it, you make noise. I've been in a meeting before, a young boy, they just invite you, come as you arrive, you started laying hands on people. Bam, bam, bam. People grow into some of these things. It's called stature. People grow into it. So people must learn that there's a season that you must grow into it. And there's a season where if God put the words in your mouth, when you say it, people don't resist it. When you begin to talk and people begin to over resist, it's because it's not a time.
Okay.
Yes. So there's no standard to say, okay, if you're a singer, just sing. If you're a preacher, just preach. Because again, let me say it. Some pastors get angry that if a preacher, a singer, just came up and he's singing, started talking. But they called the pastor to also preach. He was preaching, started singing.
Yeah.
So why didn't he just preach and leave our singing alone?
It's true.
Me, I'm a balanced person.
Yes.
They called him to preach.
Yes.
He sang like 10 minutes, then he started preaching. They called the singer to sing. He sang 5 minutes, talked 2 minutes. The pastor became angry. Why didn't he just continue to preach and not sing? That's to tell you that if you're led, just be led.
Yes.
And it goes back to my talk. Find yourself in his purpose. If you find yourself, all these difficulties will be harmonized.
Yes.
There's no standard. You can't fight him because he spoke a little or because he spoke in tongues. God can lead somebody to pray in the Holy Ghost. Okay. Just that in our time, people copy everything. So let's separate the person copying from people doing it the right way. I know that our generation is a generation of copy. Everybody, as soon as they say, lift your hands, let's begin to pray. Let's begin to pray. Pray, oh, pray, oh, pray, oh, pray, oh. Before the man Asha, he dwell in his presence. Yes. That's why his own has it penetrates. When you copy, it does not move anything. We have been here for some time, so we can say this boldly. So, but there's no perimeter at which they just be led, and then So that's it.
Okay. All right. So, sir, I remember I went for a retreat, and there was a minister that came up, and then she was talking about uh it was a gathering of music ministers, and then
Okay.
she was saying that music ministers are not supposed to charge, that why would they invite you? Because she was saying she invited a music minister to
Yeah.
her program, and then he told her this is the amount of money he wants to be paid, the kind of car and the kind of hotel. So aside that, I met one music minister one day, and he told me he was supposed to travel to a meeting in Ghana,
Okay.
but he had to decline because they invited him somewhere in Cameroon. That he was so surprised. He went with his keyboardist, and when he went there, after he was done preaching, the man of God just said thank you, and he came all the way from Nigeria to Cameroon. So he felt so bad. This man did not even give him even 1,000 naira. The only thing they gave him was food. Even the hotel room he stayed, he was the one that paid him. So, and then I remember one other music minister in Makodi that called me one night in the middle of the night around 10 p.m. He said, "Do you have some money that you can help me?" I said, "What happened?" He said, "You'll not believe what happened." That he went to preach somewhere, and after when he was done, the pastor just did as if he did not even see. He had to start thinking of how to pay his way back home. So I want to bring this issue to you, that what are you going to say about this thing that people are already talking about, music ministers charging? There are some situations that will make you to go and do this. So is it that they are not real or not? Because some pastors are already saying that these music ministers, they are not of God. So what will you say about this?
Anyway, I don't delve into controversy. Let me tell you why.
Okay, sir.
Why I don't? I've done a lot of interviews. I didn't answer this question, but I would just create a balance around for you.
Okay,
And
sir.
then this season, I want to consciously begin to touch on few things now. But then let me say why I don't dive into controversy is the point that no matter what you say, people don't listen. If I say my opinion now, they will fight it.
So you can
If
say
the, if
it.
the person who is saying his own say it. So I'm not a friend of. If not now, I didn't. Do you understand? But let me tell you, like I said, example, communicate, principle. Myself, Owie, I've not told any pastor if you don't give me 1 million, I'm not coming. One of my guys here now. I've not told any pastor if you don't give me 2 million, I'm not coming. Because it's not the pastor that sent me. I'm going back to my word again. Find yourself in his purpose. You see, it's because we copy. We don't have. See, some of us we were not revealed to ourselves by him.
Yes.
What he told me is different from what he told Mr. B. The caller is the one who gives the rules and regulations. Let me tell you, if you go to an employment, you get a job, and then your CEO, he gives you rules, what to wear, like in the bank now. There's a way to dress. That's how it is. If God is the caller, if he's the employer, he's the one who gives you the rule. If you listen to him, if you are called by him, he tells you exactly what to do. What he told people like us, he didn't tell us to merchandise. So we do not do. One of my friends told me one day, say, don't worry, you are not charging, don't worry. But don't worry, you'll soon be hungry. I laughed. If it is hunger that is making me to do me hunger, I have enough certificate that I can work anywhere. That's the point. We can, if it is money that we are looking for, it's not singing, we'll be singing. Do you get the point?
Yes, sir.
So everybody have their conviction. These people who are charging, they will tell you the reason they started charging. The people who are not charging tells you what God told them not to charge. But let me tell you, there is no reason enough that defies people's standard. If it is because a pastor dealt with you that made you now to begin to charge, it's because you have not found yourself in him. If you find yourself in him, it's not human dealing because it's not even pastor that he wants. It's God, the caller, that he wants. For me, I don't know the amount of honorarium that can settle a man. It's the favor of God that settles a man. So you must find yourself in him. The people, majority of the people charging is copy, they are copying standards. If you hear him, he will tell you how to run your ministry. So I won't be on a show, on an event or a podcast say, if you charge, you go to hell. If you don't charge, you will go to, no, there's nothing as such. The point is that since every man will stand to give account of himself, every man should collect their baton from him that they will give the account for. If you charge and you can defend it to him, why not? If I charge not and I can defend it to him, the caller is the one who will present our cards before. And everyone's work will be tried, except you don't believe that there's eternity. For me, there are some of my guys that are called. If they charge, I used to even shout on the phone. How am I talking like this? They used to yab us a lot too. Yes, that's that why I say it's nice. They do mission. One of my friends used to tell me humorously. I'm sure when he sees this podcast, in some way he will know he's the one I'm talking. He used to yab me. You are in communities doing outreach. I say, wait, oh, when was the first time you became the person scoring my card of where to go? Anywhere the master say go, we will go. And we will not go because one pastor cheated me. I should change my standard. If my father flogged me, will I change fatherhood? That a pastor didn't do me well. What of the one who did me well? Why don't I subscribe to that pattern? Oh God, there's no system that people don't defraud people. And not all pastors are Christian. Not everybody that say Lord is born again. People will defraud. But you must not use people to create your standard. You create your standard so that people's behavior cannot weaken it. Because anywhere you go, in the bank, they are cheating people. Anywhere you go, they are cheating people. You can't say because I went to sing somewhere and they treated me badly. So from henceforth, no. The man who called you, what did he say to you? My friend, don't say. He said, God told him the day you charge, I'll dry your well. And you say, it's over talking. Don't worry, why are you overburdened? The master have told him not to. You are getting angry because you are. Then when you say you are overcharging and you are billing people, some of our guys overbill people. I'm saying it. Overbill people. They know first that it is gospel you are doing. It's gospel. It's gospel. No, just know first it is gospel. You were called to do it. Some people cannot. In fact, now my pain is not even the charging. Let me tell you, my pain is not the charging. My pain is this. As you are charging, is it God that told you to go there, or money that led you there? Is it because they put 5 million that you went, or Jehovah was the one who said you should go? These are the things you will start to give account. Number two, some people will not go to any place except the platform has screen and light and everything. We don't go because he say we should go. We go because we go by checking platform. So we wake up and say A list, B list, C list. Jehovah is the one who gives the list, not man.